Today is the day we build the train station. Finally. Last time on Create, we built an epic construction train and tidied up the site of the station, but we didn't get round to actually building it. Today, that changes. But to make that happen, I do need to go gather a whole bunch of resources, first up so we can get these platforms in place, and then we can start planning the station and everything else. What in the world is that? I'm not going to ask, I'm not going to get distracted. We've got stuff to do. Right, so for this, I think we're going to start from the center here because we want to make sure that we're getting it even each side. I'm just going to mark out with brick here initially, and I think we're going to do sections that are 7 wide. The middle one's going to have to be 6 because this is an even width building, but I think with the rest of these, if we place them 7 blocks apart, then that should put us in good stead for doing the roof. So about there, I think. So a couple of blocks out, but that's close enough. But this way, we've got 6 sections here that are all 7 wide each, and then the middle one is 6. Now, we just need to do the same on this side. Yep, it looks like we were 2 out on this side as well. Right, let's just get this built up a little bit. We'll come back and texture this a bit later. For now, I just want to get the shape in. Then we want to raise the platform up, so I'm just going to put in a wall across the bottom here. And then we're going to get the platform in, which we're going to use tuff for. Well, that's one side, a very basic platform in. Now I've just got to do the same thing again on this side, and we can work out how we're going to do a roof over this. I want to make it a nice, fancy platform, this one. Got some visitors already. Oh, no, he's gone. Right, I love this tune, so let's be quick. Platform 2 is now in, and I want to sort out a roof. So I'm thinking we'll grab maybe some girders, some industrial iron, and a bit of weathered glass, because I love that stuff, and that'll help us make a start. Then we'll just work it out from there. Now turn that music back up. Well, I'd say we're making some pretty good progress, but we've still got a lot of details and things to put in here, such as girders. I want to get a lot more supports that go across. We want to get some lighting in here as well, and I want to sort out the edge of the platform too. But there's a slight problem. I have no more girders left, I have no iron left, and if we go over to Stam's iron farm, there's basically no iron left here either. I mean, how many pieces am I going to get from this? 23. That's not a lot of iron. So I think we may have to go do a little bit of mining. Something else I needed during that process was lots and lots of glass. So I did actually finally put something in the upstairs over here, and it's basically just a quicker way for me to get sand. And in fact, I do still need to put a lever on here. Let me quickly grab one. There we go. So that means we can lock this hopper. So if we want lots of gravel, we can just chuck cobble in there. And if we want sand, we can just let that go and we'll get sand in this one here. But we needed so much glass for that build and the weathered industrial iron blocks that, yeah, we've used up all the iron. So I think I'm just going to go down to the iron vein that we know we have underground, get what I need for this. Shouldn't be too much, and that'll also leave the iron farm running in the meantime, because it's pretty much directly under spawn. And then when we come back, we'll get the actual platforms finished, and then we'll make a start on the station building. Although I've got a whole lot of resource gathering to do for that as well. But one step at a time. First things first, iron, and my picks are looking a little bit worse for wear, so maybe I should quickly go to the mob farm and get those healed up as well. Oh, and my elytra's almost dead. So it looks like I'm going to be AFK down here for a while. I may as well go do some editing. So the farm is on. We'll dump that stuff. Excellent. So I'll see you in a bit once our tools are healed and we've got the resources we need to actually do the platform. Wow, that's close.
Ah, Miss Beardstone.
I'm in bed.
I can hear you, I can't see you.
I'm in bed. 1 minute.
Oh. Oh.
Get rid of the storm.
I'm having a bit of a problem. I need echo shards.
Oh, right. Okay.
And all of the ancient cities have been depleted.
How many do you need?
2.
I thought that might be the case. I believe I have 4. Let me check.
Ooh, Mr. Beardstone, you're saving me an awful lot of work, sir. Thank you very much.
I have 4. So that's for your builder's jetpack, I assume.
It is. That is the last ingredient I need. I have everything else.
Nice. Oh, so you got all the netherite?
Yeah, I got the netherite, yeah.
You went into the scary nether?
I did. I mined most of it away. The nether is gone, Mr. Beardstone.
Right, okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
What's that? I told myself I wasn't going to get distracted by it, but it's just there, and I must know.
It's just a handy little platform to land on if you're flying by. That's all. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sir.
Well, now I'm even more worried about it, but okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. You crack on, sir. You crack on. Enjoy your very expensive to run builder's jetpack.
The most useless jetpack in the world. I haven't told my viewers that yet, but yeah, they're about to find out.
Oh, it is awful. It is absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason no one's made one yet. Put it that way.
Oh.
It's been a month, and you're the first person to ask about echo shards.
Yeah, fair enough. well, thank you for that. I appreciate it, Beardy.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so the builder's jetpack, I don't think I've mentioned it either, but it's basically just a really, really awful jetpack that gives you incredibly slow flight, but would probably be handy for building. It's also incredibly expensive to run. It takes like redstone and coal and all sorts. So yeah, we're probably not going to be using that anytime soon. We don't need to at the moment anyway. But look at this. We have lots of iron now. Gonna make a little bit more andesite alloy first. Got a few other bits to craft, and then I'll meet you up by the platforms.
Mr. Beardstone.
Oh, Oxy's back.
I'm here. Where are you?
I'm in my house.
In your house? Oh, yes, I can see.
Oh, look at you go.
Look at me go. Where are you? I'm sure I just
literally
saw you
below you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've used 4 fuel just looking for you.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Let's have a look then. Turn around. Yeah. That is horrific.
It is horrific. It is literally the worst jetpack in the game, which is the only reason that Mr. Beardstone would let me have it in the pack, because this is supposed to be just create. And I insisted with tears.
You did. There was so much crying.
Banging tables.
So much crying and table flipping.
But now, Mr. Beardstone, look at me go. This top speed, look at me go.
How much is that costing you?
Many. Very, very many.
What is that you're holding? Is that the fuel?
This is fuel, yes. Would you like to see a fuel?
It looks like a... I'm not going to say it.
No, don't say what it looks like. The thing is, I've done a lot of mining, Mr. Beardstone, so I've got an awful lot of redstone. I've got an awful lot of charcoal, and Stam sold me a shulker of gunpowder. So actually, for me, it's quite cheap.
It takes gunpowder as well. Oh, my days.
Yeah. So I'll see you later.
Yeah, see ya. Enjoy. It's going to take like 10 minutes to get back to your island now.
You know.
That thing is awful. Yep, there's a reason we don't have one of them. Right, I just need to grab a few other bits and bobs, and then we're good to go. So let's start here with some girders. Girders are in. Now we're going to sort out some lighting. We're going to use these copper lamps because once they're on, they actually stay on. And I have waxed them, so they should stay bright and orange. So I've just been here placing blocks, jumping up on them, laying some chains, and then putting the lights on and so on. And I've just realized, I think there's a better way with Create. Yeah, this look, the extendo grip. Greatly increases reach distance of the wielder, can be powered with air pressure from a back tank. Increases reach distance of items used in the main hand. And if we've got a back tank on, it doesn't use durability. But I reckon we should probably make one of these. That's fairly simple. It could come in quite handy. And we do have a back tank somewhere, I just don't actually know where it is. Oh, there we go. It's actually just in our storage. Excellent. So we needed a precision mechanism, sticks, and some brass. So turn that into brass sheets, and we should now have everything we need. So we'll start with the brass hands. That goes at the bottom, and then we have sticks here, precision mechanism, and a brass, and that should be the right recipe. Yep, there we go. Right, so now I should be able to place chains without having to place blocks down. Yeah, look at that. Should have done this ages ago. Oh, although I did forget to put the back tank on. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Right, so something else I want to do is sort of have what the platform numbers are. How about something like this? a couple of industrial iron blocks, and then we'll stick Nixie tubes there and there. And if we use one of these analog levers, put that there, set that to 1. Yeah, there you go, look, platform 1. Although, I should probably move it over a block so it's above the rail. Yep, there we go, that's better. And then with this side, if we set that 2 notches, that should give us platform numbers. Yeah, look at that. Platform 1, platform 2. And we'll do the same thing on this beam here. Yeah, it's only a small detail, but I do really like that. Next up, though, I want to sort out the edge of this platform. It's still a little bit too far away from the track. So we're just going to use these copycat panels and some tough pillars. And how's that look? Yeah, it's a nice little curb. I like that. So that side's done, but I've just come over to this side, and they've actually laid down in a different way, and I think I prefer that. Means I need to change all of these ones. But yeah, that definitely looks a lot better. It's just a little bit brighter. And there we go. I mean, it can do with some benches and some detail and a way to get onto the other platform, which I guess is going to have to be underground. We haven't really got the space for some stairs that go over. But before we do any of that, I want to make a start on the actual station building itself. And for this build, I'm going to need lots and lots of clay and bricks and things like that, so I'm hoping Chosen's got some in stock over there. But I also need a bunch of other things, including scoria. And I cannot remember how to get this. So we can cook soul sand, we can blast soul sand, but we can get soul sand from haunting sand, and we can get sand from our brand new crushing setup. So in fact, this shouldn't be too difficult to get what we need. Let's go grab some stuff. So I figured I'm going to start my resource collection over here at Chosen's factory, which I believe is also a mall. And it's, look at that, it's got a spinny door. Love it. And oh my word, he's selling loads of stuff. Oh, look at this. We can literally buy all the create items, all the andesite age stuff. And reasonable prices as well, actually. 1 diamond for 32. That's pretty good. Andesite, diorite, granite. Ooh, bricks. Yes, bricks. We definitely want some of them. If I just right-click this, I can just add... Okay, that's the stock limit. That's fine. I'll buy them out of those. Don't think we need any of those bits. In fact, I don't think we need anything else from here at all, just at the moment. Oh, there's more. Girders. Oh, I could have just bought me girders. Well, at least now I know. Precision mechanisms as well. Bolts, barrels. What else have we got? Chains, chain drives, and belts, although these don't have a price yet. This is awesome. It's like a one-stop shop. I didn't bring any diamonds with me, though. Let's go get some. And what with that being the only shop on the server so far, I guess I'm going to have to make the rest of the stuff myself. So I buy from here. And then shop output goes in here. Look at that. So many bricks. I like this. Good job, Chosen. Made my life a little bit easier. We're going to need more bricks than that, but it's a good start. And we've probably already got some in storage still anyhow. Right, let's just make some scoria and get the other bits I need, and we should be good to go. Well, I've gathered together most of what I need for this build. We've got lots of bricks and tuff and other bits and bobs, plenty of scoria and granite and so on. But I still need a few more things. Primarily jungle wood, oak wood, and lots of rooted dirt. Now, the wood's easy enough. I can just grow it over here. I could probably do with a bit more birch as well. So I can just grow that over here and chop it down with saws. But the rooted dirt, that's a bit more difficult. But I do have a plan. So if we make ourselves a rope pulley, just like that. Grab ourselves a few shafts, a couple of gearboxes, chests, a bit of super glue as well would be a good idea. And some drills. 25 we need. We've got 24. Typical. No worries, we can make another one. The last thing we need is a source of power, and I've got an idea for that. So let's grab one of these. Gonna need to make a minecart, redstone torch, and some rail. Could do with getting my wrench back as well. Must have accidentally put that back in storage at some point. Right, what I'm thinking is, we'll just nab one of these. So yep, I can just disable that. That's good. Let's just make sure it's not shut off everyone's power. Oh, it certainly has. So let's quickly attach the power up here instead. Chuck the gearbox in there. And there we go. Get that all running again. Right, now what I should be able to do... Looks like it's already all stuck together. So I should be able to... that's not helpful. But if we do this, stick down a cart assembler, minecart, then give it some power. I should just be able to... Nope, that didn't work. Let's put that back. Let's glue that bit to that bit. That should be enough. Yep, there we go. So we're just going to quickly name this so I don't lose it. But now we have a portable generator. That's going to come in very handy. So now all we need to do is find an azalea tree, and we should be able to build a little drill that's going to dig out all of the rooted dirt for us without any hassle, because it is a bit of a pain to get sometimes. Luckily, I know of an island where there's lots of azaleas, so hopefully we'll be able to dig out a few of them. Because if we can get stocked up on rooted dirt, I don't have to do this again for a while. And here we go. This is the island. Look at all those azalea trees. Hopefully they've not all already been dug out. So let's go for this one here, I think. So first up, we're going to build a 5x5 drill around the center point of that tree there. Let's get our power source down. So that's our power running. We just need to get it connected. And we'll put the rope pulley on there. But first, I need to attach a load of chests and stick the whole thing together. There we go. Now, if this is going the right direction, yep, there we go. That's going to drill out all of the dirt for us, although it's fairly slow. What I should have done is brought a speed controller with me, but I didn't. Oh well, we can wait. It's a good opportunity to go make another cup of tea. Well, annoyingly, we hit Lush Cave really early on this one, so we didn't get that much stuff. But I'm going to grab the interesting bits. And I didn't think about this. I didn't bring any shulkers with me. Okay, fine. We'll go get a speed controller and we'll get some shulkers. Should have been better prepared for this mission. Well, I forgot the speed controller, but I've got shulkers. So let's just move this over to another one. And we're just going to grab as much as we can, I think, while we're here. At least until our shulkers are full. We may as well be clever and actually stick our shulker boxes to this thing this time. And I guess I'm going to be doing this for a while. And it looks like I'm going to be able to buy some wood from Stam, which is good because it saves me having to chop down loads of trees. So hopefully next time you see me, I'll actually be ready to start building this station. I think we finally have everything we need to actually build this station. I'm very excited about that. It's taken long enough to get everything together. I've also got a couple of empty boxes because I always end up making things out of this stuff and ended up needing more space. But we finally get to lay the first blocks for our actual foundation here. And I've been looking at the blueprint here, and the plan, as you can see, is to have a large section in the middle with these kind of wings coming out the side. But I want this to be a very grand station, and when I pull back and look at this, I'm thinking it might want to be maybe another section wide, so bring it out to about here. But let's just get the foundation in and work it out from there. My plan is to use scoria for the foundation here, so I will need to replace these ones where it hangs over the top of the grass a bit more. Yeah, I think I prefer that size. It just looks a little bit grander. Now the plan here is to have sort of lighter sections in between, and then we're going to have granite and brick walls. Something like that. So let's get some steps in at the front, maybe get the actual floor in, because I think I want to bring the floor up to the same level as the platform here. And for that, we're going to need a whole bunch of stuff. So for the stairs, we're going to do that, and then we'll get some slabs. Just get those in around the side here and up here. And now we'll just get the floor in. That feels like it's going to be a big enough station. We should be able to fit a few shops in there as well, which could be a nice touch, but we'll worry about that later. For now, I've got some walls to build and some pillars to build as well. So I think what I might do is start with the front here, get this bit built up, get a bit of a facade on, and once we can see the style and the design, we can then transfer that through to the rest of the build. That seems like a good way to do things. And you know what that means. Yet another time lapse. I'd say that's a pretty good start. We've got a nice shape, we've got a big entranceway, we've made good use of windows and natural light, so it should be nice and light on the inside. And we're going to go with a warped roof, which I think looks quite good, and we'll also set off these bits here. But now what I need to do is sort out the rest of the build, so do the wings basically, and I think I'm pretty much just going to have sort of walls that maybe don't go quite as high as this bit here, potentially even have flat roofs on these bits with some skylights, big windows in the front to let in even more light. I think it should look quite cool. Let's crack on with this build. We've got lots to do. I love it. I'm so pleased with how that's come out. I think that's looking very cool. It's a good size, a good mix, and oh my days, is that thunder? Hopefully my mic's not picking that up, but it sounds like there's a thunderstorm raging outside right now. Okay, best make this quick so I don't get a power cut. So on the outside here, I have gone quite heavy on the texturing on this building, especially down the bottom here and on these top edges, but I think it works quite well. We've got a nice mix of blocks in there as well. And I think the copper really helps to make the whole thing pop as well, and that ties in nicely with the roof, which I think looks pretty cool. And then on the flat roofs over here, we've got some giant skylights in and a bit of texture around the edges just to make it look a little bit old. But I think this building certainly makes quite a statement in this area. And I've been having fun using the chain drives and shafts and other create bits and bobs as well, just to add these little details. And then on the inside, it all opens out nicely. I really like the big glass window at the front here that leads to the platforms. That works well. I think it looks pretty cool. Although we still don't have a way to get to that platform. But I do have a bit of an idea on how we can do that. We'll get to that in just a moment. But on the inside here, we have lots and lots of space. And I do have an idea of what we're going to do with some of this space. I think it makes sense to maybe have a couple of shops in here. Maybe even a cafe down one end could be quite cool. Not that I've got anything to actually sell at the moment. Oh geez, here comes the rain as well. That's hitting the windows hard. Right, definitely got to speed up. Don't think I want to risk leaving my PC on during this storm, just in case. But yeah, I think getting some shops in here, I mean, whether we actually build in proper shop units or whether we have just sort of little stands or something, I'm not really sure yet. I think the stands could probably work a little bit better. And to be honest, we could even just rent them out to people or sell the plots. I don't know. I mean, we've not really got anything to sell at the moment apart from our power tokens, which to be honest, we could have a little stand set up here promoting like the power company. That seems like something that would be at a train station. But I also want to get in a ticket office, which we'll probably have right in the middle here. It'd be quite good to have a big board with all the train times on as well. Maybe even some ticket machines. Yeah, I think I can start to picture this. But first up, we do need to sort out a way to get onto the other platform. And what I'm thinking is, if we dig down here, and maybe even do the same on this side, what we can do is we can have a stair set that kind of goes down, and then we have an underground tunnel that goes over to the other side, and then have some more stairs that come up over there. And then people can get from platform to platform without having to risk their lives running across the track, only to realise they can't jump 2 blocks high. So let's dig out a nice tunnel and see if we can get things linked up, and then we'll make it look nice. Now, starting with some basic stairwells, I think just something like this leading to an underground tunnel should work out quite nicely. But I think for the walls down here, I want to use maybe green terracotta. Problem is, I don't have any green dye. The best way for me to get it is by crushing things, in particular cactus and ferns, but they're a bit harder to get hold of. Sea pickles, only a 10% chance, that's not particularly good, and a 5% chance for a couple of them from red rose bushes, but then we end up with loads and loads of red dye, and I don't really want that either. I think our best bet is going to be cactus. And there is a desert just to the north here, so I think we're just going to go over there, steal a whole bunch of cactus. It's going to be much quicker than trying to grow it, because we can't actually bone meal cactus. So let's just go grab a few stacks, then we can make some green terracotta and do those walls, and then hopefully we'll have a better idea of what the tunnel's going to look like. And then I need to actually connect it to the other side of the platform. Now, if we just grind that up, we should get a good couple of stacks of dye. Yeah, look at that. Oh, 3.5. That was incredibly quick. And if we just do that, we'll get 8 stacks of green terracotta. That should be enough to get us started. Might even be enough for the whole thing, but we also need some more tuff to sort out the floors. Now, let's see how this looks. Well, I think the green's going to work quite nicely. Let's get a bit more of this scoria pillars, though, because I do still want to keep those going across the top here. All right, looking good. Now I just need to work out where the tunnel actually needs to connect up, and that means going over to the other platform and working it out from there, I think. And I think the first thing to do is going to be to remove this. And this bit here is 6 wide, so I think what we might do is go get some stairs. That's what we're going to do. But I think we'll have stairs coming down either side, and then they'll go into a joint staircase in the middle and then head down. I think that should work nicely. Yep, that does indeed work nicely. I've also extended the cover at the back here, so anyone walking down here still won't get rained on, because it does seem to always be raining in this world. Although not currently, but that probably won't last long. And one thing I had to be careful of around the back here was getting too close to this rail. In fact, these 3 bits shouldn't be here. Let's get rid of that. But 1 block of clearance should be enough. Oh, we've got a couple of holes there. There we go. Now, the tunnel itself is fairly basic. We've just got a strip across it and some lights. And what I really want to get down here is a bunch of posters, like advertisements. But the problem is, we really do want to add immersive paintings to this, which is the thing that lets you upload your own pictures and all that sort of jazz. But sadly, it's not actually available for this version. And I can't find anything similar that would allow us to do that without making a texture pack and making everyone apply that and so on. And that's not really ideal. So hopefully immersive paintings will update at some point. But if anyone does know of a similar mod that will allow us to add custom paintings drawings and pictures and things like that, please do let me know in the comments. Preferably one that's compatible with NeoForge and Minecraft 1.21. But anyway, at this end of the tunnel, we then loop back around and we get up to the main area of the station, where we have absolutely no interior and no lighting either. I mean, it's fine now because we've got all of these windows and skylights, but at night it gets very dark in here. And with the interior, I have been thinking about this a bit more. We are going to put a ticket booth at the entrance here. Obviously, you don't actually need to buy tickets. It's purely for looks. And when it comes to actual display boards and things for the trains, I think I want to put one on each side, because this bit here is all a little bit ugly and I think it'll cover it up nicely. But that also means we need to get power over here, so I think that's what I'm going to do next. What we'll probably do is connect up to that pole over there and bring it down this way and just kind of run around the back here. And then we can probably connect it into one of those chain drives at the top there, couldn't we, I suppose? If it doesn't look weird. Anyway, power poles. So we're going to do these the same as the ones we've already got, which I believe is something like this. I'll need a lever there and there. Chain conveyor on top. A few of those. Same down the bottom here. Some copper rods and more levers. And I think it's about right, isn't it? Yeah, that looks correct. Now we just need to connect up the chains. Wonderful. And what we'll do is maybe have a couple of power lines just running across the street here. I mean, eventually we'll be able to do it across the top of whatever buildings go here, I guess. But let's see how it looks just with a couple of lines running through here. Well, I've routed the power all the way over to here and it seems to be working okay. So I'm hoping that the earlier problems we had with the chain conveyors not being connected was actually because that was not chunk loaded when it should have been. So hopefully the chain conveyors do work just as well as shafts, because they're certainly a lot easier to use for getting power around. The question is, do I connect this just directly up to that, which is going to make that bit of the building spin, which I'm not really a big fan of, or do I put a little sort of transformer generator thingy, you know, one of those? Do I put one of those down over here instead? I think I might do that, you know. Just feels like a better option. And I also still want to try and slow these chains down. I wonder, can I get away with putting that speed controller back in? This is where we break everything all over again. I guess there's no harm in giving it a go. Well, nothing's broken so far. Scrap that, it broke as soon as I left. Let's just leave it how it was. We know that works. I will troubleshoot this at some point and find out why I can't seem to put a speed controller in there, but it might be to do with speed controllers I have elsewhere on the system. There's like a weird thing with Crate, apparently, if you have sort of two speed controllers trying to do things. I don't really know. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I've just heard whispers. So we'll leave this spinning at 16 for now, which I suppose does have the benefit of meaning we can use it for transports. Very, very slow transports. But anyway, enough distractions. Let's make some more power thingies. Alrighty, we now have power, which means I can now install some display boards and actually get them powered and make a start on this interior. We've got a lot of work to do and it's getting dark again. So I've got the power in running up the inside column here and the same on that side, which means I can now get my display boards in, and we want a nice big display board here, I think. And then to power it, we should be able to do chain drive there and there with a cog. And that is providing enough power. Excellent. I think purely for a bit of symmetry, I'm just going to put that in there as well. Should we put cogs all the way down, maybe? Just so it doesn't look so weird with just one cog hanging out. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. We still need some lighting in here, though. It's definitely getting dark. And, yep, it's raining again. It's always raining. So let's get the other board in over this side and sort out some lights next, I think. We have lighting. That is much better. We can see all the things now. Do still need to get the boards hooked up, but I haven't actually put in all the stations and stuff yet. So, yeah, we'll get to that later. For now, what I want to do is focus on the rest of the interior. We'll get our ticket booth in. We'll get maybe a restaurant and a little stall or something in. So I'm going to knuckle down and get this done, and I'll bring you back in when we're looking all fancy. Well, it's a few hours later, but I think we're looking pretty good in here. So as we come in, we've now got a ticket desk at the front here, which is currently unmanned, but I'm thinking maybe we can get some more pillagers to man this. But look at this. We've also got a little sort of shopping plaza area on this side, and I've got an idea for a couple of shops that I want to put in here. We've even got this cool little seating area with the frog, because who doesn't love the frog? The frog is awesome. But yeah, so over here we're going to have some kind of a food shop, I think. So we've got these sort of cabinets of food here. It's all set up and ready, so I can just put whatever I'm selling in there and set up the tablecloths and so on. Once again, I do still need a staff member. At the back here, we've even got a cool little kitchen, but I think I might actually put a fireplace under one or two of these, just so it's a bit smoky. In fact, let's quickly do that now. It might give it a bit more light too. Let's just chuck these down here with the depots on top, and yeah, there we go. There's a bit more light as well. That's that's looking better. But anyway, so this is all set up for a future shop, which I think is going to be cool. We've even got some seating on the side here. Designed these cool ticket machines using just a bunch of create items. We've got smart chutes at the bottom. We've used these factory gauges. That is a storage interface. Some chassis, which I don't think I've ever used for anything. But yeah, I think that works quite well. We've got more ticket machines over here. And then on this side, I've skimmed out a little bit. So we do have a ticket machine, but we've got a couple of empty stands, which we're going to see if the other server members want to buy or let, and they can have their own shops over here. And there's even one big area here as well, which I've done the same as the one on the other side for now. But of course, whoever ends up using this can design it however they wish. Lastly, I've also set up this little thing, which is actually a working shop. It's as compact as I could get it, but once we get someone sitting there, we'll be able to just sell our power tokens from here as well. I can easily refill it. People will be able to buy them, give it to the guy, it will get packaged up. They can just grab the package directly from there, and the stock tickers around the back. But I think that works quite well. It's just one of those little sort of stands that you get in stations and airports and things like that, promoting small companies. Not that Beardy Power Co is a small company, but you know what I mean. But overall, I am very pleased with this. I just need to get some workers in. It means I need to find some pillagers. They tend to roam around fairly regularly, and I think there might actually be a couple of spare ones underground somewhere. Let me go have a look. And we're going to pacify them the easy way this time, which means we need a boat. Let's just put that there for now. We go down here. I believe there's a couple of pillagers lurking around. Yeah, here we go. Come here, you. So let's get him in the boat. I'm in the boat with him, and he should shoot me, but not be able to hit me. Yep, there we go. So we're just going to sit here with our little friend, wait for him to pacify, and then we'll get him installed over at the station. This could be a while. Well, it looks like he's finally finished. That took forever. I even had a nap. Let's go get him in position. And jumping like this is the quickest way to move when you're carrying people. He's so tiny. Right, well, the most important thing is probably the power tokens. So we're going to put this one here. There we go. We just need to get him a name tag. Although now I can't name you because you're the shopkeeper. Right, come here, you. You are now Timmy. Don't run off, Timmy. I need you. Come back here. And you can sit back down there. Right, I just need to put some stock in here. But there was a problem last time with our power tokens. Or maybe the problem was with Foxy. I'm not entirely sure. And you've got no stock, Jimmy? Well, that's a problem. I guess I better go empty the power meters. But what I want to do is swap out the tokens. I want to get rid of the paper tokens so people don't craft them into fireworks. Foxy, I'm looking at you. So we're going to use something different. But I can't do that right now. We're going to have to wait. So I'm going to need to set up some kind of an exchange so people can actually exchange their paper ones for whatever we change it to. And if you've got ideas of what we can change it to that people won't craft things out of, then do let me know. But I think it's safe to say someone's hoarding all the tokens because somebody's brought 17 stacks and I've only managed to retrieve well, 2 and a bit. So I guess I need to go make some more power tokens, which considering we want to change them is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. It's easy enough to do thanks to Stam's lovely sugarcane field over here. Although making a sugarcane farm is something we're going to be doing very, very soon, maybe even in the next episode. Power tokens were acquired and Timmy's now all set up to sell. Though he hasn't got many, I definitely need more power tokens. And we'll give a few more stacks to Jimmy over here as well. Alrighty, now that's sorted, what I want to do is actually get the boards up here working. I mean, we can still do with more staff, but it takes forever. We'll sort that out later. But these boards, what we want is a couple of train stations, basically. One for platform 1, one for platform 2, and then we need some display links to get them connected. So we'll start by getting the stations in, and we've decided as a server that the trains are going to run on the left-hand side. So with that in mind, I'm going to put platform 2 around about here. Get that in the back. Platform 1 is going to be right here. So next up, I need to connect the display link to that board. So that's going to be our platform 1 board. Let's go put this on the station down here. I should just be able to stick that on the side. Configure that to line 2. And we do just want the train station summary for this one. And nothing's going to show up on the board at the moment because we currently don't have any trains going round. So what I'm going to do is go over here, go on the left-hand side. Go to this point here, set up a second station, and I didn't actually name the other one, so we should go do that. We're going to call this Spawn Mountain Yard Platform 4 because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, so that makes sense. We'll call this Spawn Mountain P1. I mean, basically, this doesn't actually have a name in this area yet. So, yeah, if you've got any ideas of what we can actually call this area, then, well, let me know, let other server members know, and eventually we'll pick a name, because Spawn Mountain is not particularly good. But that's what we've got for now. So Spawn Mountain P1 is also set. Now, to get something to actually show up on these boards, what we need is a train going around. And the only train we've got is this one. So I guess that's going to be our tester, which means I need a train driver and I need a schedule. The schedule's easy enough. We just need that. Now I just need a driver. Here we go. You'll do, sir. Come with me. You can live on... No. You live on there? No? Can I put you down here? No. Okay, well, this is why I bought a lead. I thought this might happen. Because this is already a contraption, I can't directly click on them. Right, there we go. Now, we're going to set up a very quick schedule. So, travel to station. That's what we want. We want to go to Spawn Mountain Platform 1. And then we want to go to Spawn Mountain Yard Platform 4. And that's about it for you, sir. But you're not going to be able to go at the moment because you're facing in the wrong direction. We'll get you turned around in just a moment. But first, I do want to check the name of this station. Just to make sure I did get Platform 1 and 2 the correct way round. Spawn Mountain P1. Yep, okay, cool. We're all good. So if I turn this train around, he should start driving. Oh, actually, let's make sure everything's turned off. Don't want him destroying our platform. Right, okay, we're good, we're good. So let's turn you round. And navigation succeeded. And the drills aren't running, so we're not going to destroy everything. Excellent stuff. So, yep, there we go. Stuff is now coming up on the board. So we've got a timer telling us when it will next be here. We've got the name of the train, which is currently unnamed, although we are going to name that. I've got an excellent name for it, thanks to you lovely people in the comments. And we've got the station that it's going to head to after it leaves. So what I want to do is make this look a little bit better. So I've got my clipboards. What we're going to do a few spaces, because there's, what, 3, maybe 4 or 5 spaces there. Then we want platform 1, we want a bunch of spaces, and then the word destination. If we clip that on here, well, we got that space incorrect, but that is not quite right. We need to remove a few of the spaces here. How about that? Oh, one more. There we go. Then we'll die that. Then we'll do the same thing on this one for platform 2. There we go. Much better. Excellent. I'm pleased with that. We're still going to sort out all the signals and things like that out here to make sure trains don't crash into each other. Ow. Or me. In fact, your work here is done, Mr. Sheep. We're going to remove your schedule. We're going to get you out of the way. Sorry. I'm just going to pull this train right the way over here because soon we are going to be drilling through that mountain. But sadly, all that drilling is going to have to wait for another episode because we're pretty much out of time here. There's just one last thing to do. That is to name this train. And we had lots of cool suggestions, but the best one and the one that tickled me was Drillbits, which was suggested by quite a few people, but the first one I found was by Chris Cook. So thank you for the name suggestion. Love it. But sadly, that's all we've got time for today, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.